A very good evening to one and all. So, welcome back to Secrets of Living a Full Life. As you all have already known, that full means a fearless, unstoppable, limitless, and loving life. So, this is Biji Tushar, founder of Management Me and a leadership development catalyst, inviting everyone to join us on topics that will help you to lead a full life. And you definitely know what does a full life mean. So we are here every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Unless there are technical glitches or some issues, we do come live every Wednesday. So whenever you watch this live, do put in a comments so that we are more motivated to go ahead every Wednesday, bringing to you topics that can help you to lead a full life. So today the topic is something that is very important for personal as well as professional success. Well, it's none other than the topic um, which everybody knows that they should be using, but however, sometimes we don't think it is that important. So it is social etiquettes. So, what are social etiquettes? What are your understanding about what is social etiquette? Tanush, any idea?
Ma'am, I think social etiquette is a skill where you understand how to interact with people, different kinds of people with different personalities, and how to get along with everyone, basically.
It's not about getting along with everyone, it's about certain habits or certain mannerisms which we exhibit while being in the society with people. So it's not just about getting along with people, it's about creating that first impression. So, any new person you meet, you create an impression on that person in the first 7 seconds. And the energy with which you connect to people actually introduces you before you introduce them. So, that first 7 seconds are very, very important in any connection, right? So, how you are perceived by the society is very important if people have to trust you, have to know that there is some substance within you. So, how do you conduct yourself? How do you carry yourself? What are the things that you're very mindful about? All these things are very important when it comes to social etiquettes. Now, you must have seen people in crowded places where, let's say, they're driving a bicycle. And when they're driving a bicycle, you see some people, they come so close to you and you're really scared. Just a minute. The session has started. Please ask him to join in. Thank you. So, they come very close to you. How do you feel when they do that? Hello? 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 I can't hear you. Hello? Hello? The session has started. Please join in. Okay. So, can you just talk to Kaustubh and see what is his problem? Mohak? Mohak, can you talk to Kaustubh? Just now the voice call that came.
Say what?
Ask him what is his issue. I'm so sorry. I got distracted. What? That is again not a proper etiquette. Because I am talking to you and I should not be distracted by the call which someone's giving me. So, um, when you know that somebody is doing something and would not like to be disturbed, you have to be a little mindful and keep whatever questions you have till that person finishes the work. That's one of the etiquettes. So I have to thank Kaustubh for giving me that disturbance in between, and not attending to him from my side would be a showing that I'm disregarding. So I had to say that, and I just had to cut the phone, because it would not be good manners if I continued speaking to you when y'all are waiting for me. So these are such small things, but so important, right? So etiquettes show the respect to the other person, and it's good manners and etiquettes that will take you onto a longer time to give you the success that you need. So social etiquettes are something which are very underrated, but actually very, very essential. Maybe, like, for example, Tanush, you're going to a restaurant and you're entering the restaurant, but there's one girl who's just coming from the other side. What will you do?
I would move away from the door and let them go through first.
Correct. What happened? It's there in public speaking group. Search, select, and send it to him again. I'm so sorry. So you will just move away and allow her to come out first. Yeah. That's called as the etiquette as a gentleman that you're doing, right? Other person, if you think that, no, no, I came in first, so I need to push myself and go, let her wait for some time. That's not right. And all these such small things are observed by people. Okay. So many times in companies, when you're going for an interview, where you're supposed to be sitting, for example, in the lobby, there are cameras that are there, and people observe your behaviors to know how you're sitting, how much distance you're keeping between the other person, how you're talking to that person. All these things are minute things, but they play a major role in understanding you as a person. So if you are mindful, if you are respectful, then it speaks a lot about your integrity, and that's what will take you higher up on the ladder of success. All right. So, um, Tanush, if I could take you at the end of the session for what you have to say, is that okay?
Sure, miss.
All right. So we will start with what exactly social etiquettes. You have an idea about social etiquettes. It is a way you behave in the society, and which shows, or which rather talks a lot about you. And it is also treating the other person with respect. So may I now ask Usha that why is it so very important? Why is it so very important to have social etiquettes?
Hello, good evening. It is
Good evening.
very important because treat others the way you want to be treated.
Right.
Yeah. So social etiquettes are exterior form of behavior, choices, actions.
Mm,
So manners are innate from the childhood, but
mm,
etiquettes we have to develop.
correct.
And if we want anything like get into a good school or job or nice career, sorry, and good relationships, so we require etiquettes, proper etiquettes according to the social norms.
Correct.
Or if you have etiquettes with your qualifications and skills, then it will benefit a lot, because etiquette speaks more than your words and your skills.
Correct. Correct.
So I feel etiquettes are must, because they are in every field and every stream. We have different type of etiquettes, like social, cultural, professional,
Mm,
corporate, communication,
mm,
telephone, or Even dining or bathroom etiquettes also.
Yes, very correct.
Huh.
Very correct.
So we need to develop good etiquettes,
Hmm.
which will which will reflect you
Yes,
to others as who you are.
correct. Who you are
Yes.
actually helps you to get where you want to be. Who you are actually gets you to be where you want to be. So, if you have two ways, one through etiquettes and one without etiquettes, the one without etiquettes will be the longer road. So, etiquettes are social norms that is universally accepted by everyone. And when we use this etiquettes, we give away a message. We give away a message that yes, I respect you. And yes, I am mindful. And yes, I do not want to inconvenience you. So let's go deeper and find out how exactly is this particular topic so very important into our day to day life. So I'll share the screen. Just bring it a little down and put it on slideshow. Yes. So what does social etiquette do? Social etiquette, it helps you to succeed. How does it help you to succeed? It helps you to succeed. Um, just one minute. I need to, yes, let me just share. Yeah. So social etiquettes helps you to succeed as it creates lasting impressions that can foster trust and reliance, which in turn opens up innumerable opportunities for you. So many times a simple thing like waiting at the door for the other person to come in creates an impression that you really are concerned about the other person, even if it is a stranger, or just offering a glass of water to somebody who's trying to stretch and take the glass, again is showing the concern and the immediacy of helping the other person. So it goes a long way. These are small things that people will remember about you. So it helps us to be thoughtful about our conduct. It helps us to be aware of the feelings and rights of others. By eliminating discourteous behavior and prioritizing other people's feeling, it promotes kindness, consideration, and humility. So a simple thing like suppose you're going to a restaurant for a dinner and you have taken the glass to drink the water and then you keep it on the edge, definitely there is going to be a possibility that somebody, while using their hands might hit the glass. So one of the etiquette is to keep it in a place where you are sure that it is not going to be touched by anybody. So it's a very simple thing. Let's go forward. Okay. Humans are social animals, and it's important that they follow certain norms that facilitate interpersonal relationships. So, social etiquette is very, very important when it comes to interpersonal relationships. So, those people who are very high on interpersonal skills are the ones who also practice social etiquette. It is exactly how it sounds. That is the behavior you resort to in social settings or social situations, interactions with your family, friends, co workers, or strangers. So, today also the golden words are please, thank you, and sorry. It's mandatory that you use these words when it is appropriate in a situation. We are expected to follow social norms in order to coexist and live in harmony. Like, for example, if you have to give your card to somebody, you take the card with both the hands from your card box and then you give it to the other person like this, so that it is easy for the other person to see your name and your designation just as you give it. So that's very important. So, I just now, etiquette is a code of polite conduct. Conduct means the way you conduct yourself. Know the proper etiquette before entering into a social situation to avoid embarrassment or awkwardness. Now, certain times, like you see people, Arey, I can't sit on the chair like this. I need to fold my legs and sit. So you have to look at the situation. Are you having a low seating? Are the people there, ready to sit with folded feet? Then you have to sit in that manner, not otherwise. Always be punctual, and I must give it to Usha. She is the most punctual student of our class, and this is something that you need to learn. What does being punctual mean, and why is it an etiquette? Why is being punctual an etiquette? Why is
It
being
is
punctual? Yeah,
we respect others' time,
correct. And we respect our own time.
our
Because
own
if
time.
you don't respect time, time will not respect you.
Yes.
Kaustubh, are you listening to what I'm saying? Kaustubh, are you listening to what I'm saying?
Yes, miss.
If you don't respect time, time will not respect you. What should you do if you are not able to turn up on time?
You should say sorry, I guess.
You
You
definitely
should,
should.
the next time you should avoid it.
You should avoid, you should say sorry, but you must at least make that other person know that it is not possible for me to come at that particular time, and I may be late if you are going to be late, right? So informing the other person will show your courteousness that, hello, I really wanted to be there, but I cannot reach due to XYZ reasons. Okay, so what happens is that person also
Excuse me.
does not spend time waiting for you. So it is very, very important to practice punctuality and to ensure that you do not keep anybody else waiting. So we go forward. Yes. Next is don't smoke, chew gum or tobacco, because it sounds, I mean, it looks very unprofessional when you go to somebody who knows that the other person, like somebody like me, I get suffocated if somebody is smoking beside me. So it's like hampering, the way I function. So you should not put anybody into discomfort. If you're putting somebody into discomfort, that means you're not being courteous. Chewing gum, just imagine somebody's talking to you and like a ruminating animal, you're just going on chewing gum. It's so irritating. It's so, what you say, not class. You can't go on chewing gum and talk to other person. It's not good manners. Or tobacco for that matter, or pan masala for that matter. Okay? Good grooming is essential. Now, when we talk about good grooming, what does it mean? Your nails should be cut properly. If women are wearing nail polish, then it should not be half chipped. Like you see now that I am not wearing nail polish, because whenever I wear nail polish, before the end of the day, it gets chipped off. And half nail polish does not look good. So either you remove it completely or you don't wear it at all. So I don't have the time to remove the nail polish, so I don't wear it all. Right? So this is also a learning. I was not like this before, but I learned over the period of years that these are norms that need to be followed. It shows about you. So if you are your brand, you have to be all the more important about such kind of things. Now, you don't feel like dressing up. Okay, fine. If you're at home, but if you're going to present yourself to some place, you have to be dressed. A recent amount of makeup is also essential. Now, many people think, no, I'm just the way I am. So people should accept me the way I am. Agreed. But you are there representing what you can do for others. So, grooming and etiquette is a very essential part of success. Now, when you shake hands, like I mean, the other day I met somebody, and when I gave my hand, the other person just held this part of it. He didn't even shake my hand properly. And I felt a little odd. So it's not that, you have to give a firm handshake. When you don't give a firm handshake, what it means is that person is shy, reserved, and do not want to what you say connect with you. That is a message that goes around. So whenever you're giving a handshake, give a firm handshake. Don't make it a loose one, or don't squeeze so tight that that person screams. Okay, so it has to be proper. Speak slowly and clearly. Vidhi is not here, but it was a task making her speak slowly. So now, anyway, she has learned. So when you speak too fast, people cannot hear what you're saying, and your words go waste. Next is greet people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening is very, very essential. Now, social manners. If you go to see what are social manners, um, one of the things, like when you're sitting on the table at a restaurant with friends or with colleagues or with business friends, you need to put the electronics down even when someone enters the room. So what does it show? That yes, you are acknowledging them entering the room. So it's very, very important. Next is to say thank you when you're receiving something. Say please when you're asking something. Greet people with a hi or how are you. So you may see n number of people, and at one go you cannot say hi to everyone. So make it a point to go beside that person and say hi, how are you. It's courtesy. Look people in the eye when speaking. So many people, they look down and they speak, or they look by looking into their phone and they speak, and they say bolo na, sun raha hu main. But that's not a right thing. You have to look into the eye of the person and speak. And look into the eye doesn't mean stare. It should be just for 3 seconds, probably, and then move the gaze, because it should not, I mean, the other person should not feel that you're staring at that person. So make eye contact just enough to make the person feel comfortable, not uncomfortable. Say excuse me after bumping into someone. Shake hands firmly. Let others finish before you speak. The other day in a social setting, I was standing and talking to a new person who had come in. And I am talking to him, and in between, another person comes, stands in between, and say, "Hello, my name is so and so. I heard this," and I'm just shocked. Like, hello, at least acknowledge my presence. If not acknowledge my presence, see that I'm talking to him and you're interrupting me. So these are things, small, small things, but then it creates an impression, no? So I felt that person was very rude. That is not the way you should be dealing with things. Then criticizing people, that is also not good manners. Sometimes you try to focus on negative things happening all around, and when you speak about that and you keep on complaining, belittling people, blaming people, this is also not good etiquette. Open doors for others. Say yes ma'am, yes sir when talking to adults. Now, by constantly observing the environment and navigating through it, humans have learned the way other humans typically interact with physical space, as well as the targets that populate such places, like humans, bikes, skaters, electric cars, toddlers, etc. What this means is that in society, you get an opportunity to observe the human behavior. And if you're moving in a cycle or in a cart or in a skateboard, you have to be mindful that you do not hurt anybody and move in a way that you don't come in the way of the person. Use these learned principles to operate in complex scenes with extraordinary proficiency. So these kind of things help you to actually, uh, you know, behave as per the social norms. Now, don't talk when someone else is talking to you. Raise your hand instead of calling out. Stop talking when you hear your teacher speaking to you. Ask questions at appropriate times. In short, it means respect people. And finally, good social etiquettes. Why it is important? Because it promotes kindness. It talks about how kind you were, and humility and consideration. Even the smallest acts can make the biggest difference. I'll give you an example. One of my friends, Mr. David, we had gone for a camp from our college, and I actually hurt my hand, that is my thumb here, and it had swollen up. And as soon as I just told it swollen up, he immediately bought Idex, and he started putting onto that. So I still remember that, at that moment I was just panicking, and he put me at ease. Even this is showing concern to the other person. So that kindness, I don't know how many years, I don't even remember how he looks now, but I will never forget that gesture that he did at that particular point of time. It must be around um, more than 30 years, I would say around 30, 35 years. But I still remember that act. Why? Because he showed concern at that particular point. So that is the importance of etiquette. People remember you for how you make them feel, not for what you have done for them or what you have given them, but for how they make you feel. And I would also like to take an example of one of my friends at BNI who was in charge of conducting the socials. It's a program, socials program, for during Navratri time. And this guy, I don't think anybody can beat him in courteousness. He ensured that he spent at least a minute with each and every person. And believe me, it was 100 odd people. So taking that trouble to come and say, hi, how are you? Are you enjoying yourself? Is actually courtesy, and it takes effort. But that impression that he created on me is going to last forever. So when you treat people with respect, you build trust in them. And when you build trust in them, the relationships become more and more stronger. And if you have great relationships, definitely you will achieve great success in your personal as well as professional life. So even the smallest acts can make the biggest differences. Social etiquette influences how others perceive you. Whatever you're writing, are you criticizing people? See, even on WhatsApp, we have different groups, and in different groups, what are the kind of comments that you're giving people? Please ensure that the statements are respectful and you do not make a direct attack to the personality of the person. That goes very negatively against you. It can help us create lasting impressions that establish trust and reliance. Practicing good social manners not only help you build lifelong relationships, it also helps you to create fruitful opportunities. So opportunities come your way, and multiple opportunities will come your way if you can conduct yourself according to the social norms. And that is what we call as social etiquette. So I hope this has added value to your life, and you would be practicing, if not already, the social norms that are accepted universally. There are dining etiquettes, there are whining etiquettes, there are etiquettes that you use in various social settings. So um, look and practice these kind of etiquettes so that you become successful wherever you go. So I'm sure it has given you a clear idea about why social etiquettes are so important. Yes or no?
Yes, miss.
Wonderful.
Yes, miss.
So, may I now invite Tanush to come forward and speak about um, any inspirational incident that you experienced, or any inspirational incident that you read about or somebody else experienced, and you can conclude today's session by sharing this story with the audience so that uh, they can be inspired to create more inspirational incidents, and we can all inspire one another. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tanush, and today I'm going to be talking about an experience I had with inspiration. Inspiration. It is something that people extract from different aspects of their life. Some people get jolts of inspiration from pep talks, while others get it from witnessing groundbreaking incidents. So, how all have you taken incidents and inspiration from life? Anyone?
Inspiration, I think, comes from everywhere, even from the nature itself. I'm very much inspired by nature. So when I see the trees, every tree is in a forest, might be close to one another, but they are all not competing for the sunlight, but striving towards it and growing together. So I derive a lot of inspiration from nature and try to practice the principles that I see in nature.
What a great answer. Thank you for your reply, ma'am. And with this, it reminds me of a story that I just remembered when I was writing and thinking about this. I have this sir in my institute named Shakti sir, and he's one of the most inspirational people I've ever met before. In school, you have this preconceived notion that when you come into 11th and 12th, the teacher will still be boring or stick to study material. But our physics sir was different, of course. He wanted to help us understand how life works and how it is important to ask questions and grow as a person intellectually and socially, as it is also an important skill in life. And recently, there was one fight in our class, and two kids were fighting with each other. And as soon as sir got to know about this, he started talking about this in front of the whole class, saying, if you really wanted to fight now, go down outside the institute and fight. And everyone started laughing. And then sir was making jokes about it and everything. But it came down to something very serious. Sir tried to explain to us how having ego on such small things should not exist. Like, if I would you should not have like an ego on the basis of someone insulting you, or you should not take it to your heart, as it can lead to bad things. Sir was trying to explain to us you should have an ego on the basis of your marks. And that might sound wrong, that might sound a bit bad, but hear me out 1 minute. When Sir was trying to explain, what Sir was trying to explain to us was that when you see your marks on the board, you should have that feeling, Are yaar, I know I can do better than this. I can expect more from myself. He wants us to build that fire in us and understand how important it is to understand how much you have to believe in yourself to improve. And this really hit my heart as I realized that the marks is not what matters, it's the improvement you need from yourself is what matters, test by test. So this is what I learned from Shakti sir, and I think it'll stay with me for all my life. Thank you. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Yeah. So beautiful. And it really shows how much your sir is actually working onto you to ensure that you bring out the best in yourself. So you're really fortunate to have such kind of teachers in your life, and you yourself are such a beautiful person, so learning oriented, that you really want to learn and grow and become a better person. And I'm sure the entire credit goes to your parents for the kind of upbringing that they have given you and the capacity for you to, derive learning from everything. So it's really been a fruitful talk that we've had today. And I'm so happy that you have joined in. So, dear audience, we are here to add value to your life. And yes, do put in your comments on what you think the session was about. And if there are any topics that you think you would like us to pick up and debate on or discuss on, we definitely would be happy. So this is Biji Tushar from Management Me School of Confidence with my students here who are on the learning track to create a space for themselves, a unique space for themselves in this world where they become a gift to this world. And believe me, each one of you, Kaustubh, Tanush, Usha, and many others who are watching, you are a gift to the world. And it's very essential then for you to discover your own gifts and make it the best that you can. So thank you, Kaustubh, for joining
Thank
in. I'm
you.
sure it must have been a difficult day for you, yet the kind of enthusiasm and vibrancy that you have, Kaustubh, that you should be joining the sessions and not missing it. I am so, so very proud of you. So he is the person who's going to be an entrepreneur, and I can vouch with all the time that I've spent with him that he is a money guy, and definitely he's going to teach us the skills of making more money as well. So that is Kaustubh, the little entrepreneur who's on his way to make it big in the field of cars and trading. So thank you so much, Kaustubh, for being here. Thank you, Usha, for having had the courage to come on the screen and be proud of yourself and accept your gifts and share it to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanush, for being here and inspiring us every time with your with your insights. Especially I liked what you said last time when we were discussing, and you said that yes, I can definitely speak for myself, but I will wait for the other person to finish, and if there is something that I have to add on, then only I have to speak, not otherwise. So that was a great learning for me, and I really
Thank you, miss.
learn a lot. So thank you all, Shubhratri, and definitely we will be next Wednesday, same time, same place. So this is Vijay Tushar signing off for now, and remember, I win when you win. Thank you so much, and stay tuned.